you guys? It's Kiana once again today, and I wanted to come at you. It's the day after my birthday, and I wanted to first of all thank you all so much for all of the birthday wishes that you guys have given me. Um, as for right now, I wanted to discuss a few topics today, and starting off with a topic about coupons. Okay, many of you know that I did a video not too long ago, actually, and it was stating how I believe this is my beliefs now that I believe that there's going to be a lot of coupon changes. Now, a lot of people ran off with that comment that I made and, proceeded to say it was because of, you know, the show extreme couponing and, people drawing attention to it and um, many more people doing couponing and, that was their opinion. And then some others had opinions such as saying that couponing has been around forever, a long, long, long time, and they even gave some history on how long it's been around. And they've said that it's not going to be any changes. Now, they said in fact it's going to be a little bit more couponing because most people don't use coupons and not many people actually extreme coupon. Well, I do believe change is coming still, and that's still my stand. And in fact, I've noticed a lot of changes. In fact, my viewers have even given me um, a lot of stores that are no longer doubling, and they're no longer doubling, and this is all over. I mean, a lot of stores. In fact, anybody, if you know a store that's not doubling or is not using coupons any longer, how about we put it down in the comment box? That way we all can just get a quick, accurate assessment on every state and if in fact your stores or you've noticed change. Many can say that, for whatever reasons the coupons are being, um, it's the couponing community is being hit, and that we're no longer being able to use coupons or they're not giving us great, you know, great savings or whatever. Some people say that it's because of a lot of fraud, and I believe it's a little bit of all of those reasons, to be honest. You know, it can't be just from one thing, and I do believe it's for a lot of different reasons. I think that because the manufacturers actually they actually recommend and their reason for giving coupons is so that you can try new products that you may normally wouldn't try, and then hopefully you will like it enough to pay regular price or become a regular customer. And because their reasoning is not the reasoning for giving coupons is actually not for us to get items all the time in great quantities for free every time we go into the store. That's not their purpose. And but because we have found an angle and we found basically how to use what their intentions were or are against them in a way, I think that it has enlightened them to maybe they need to slack off a little bit, or maybe they need to decrease some of the values of the coupons. Now, of course, couponing is not going to go away. That's not because it's a great angle for people to get to know a product and get to like it and become a regular customer of it. So it's a great angle. That's not going to change. The stores, by them being hit with fraud and all kinds of stuff, will they change? Yes. And I can show you, in fact, how some stores are actually changing besides the stores that's listed below in the comment section. I've examined a Walgreens paper from last week and this week, and whenever I like to, talk about things, I try to investigate them thoroughly as I can. That way I'm well informed, and that way I can tell you guys and give you the accurate information. We can come up with our own assumptions. They're all opinions. There is no right or wrong, but I'm just pointing out this is last week's ad from April the 24th to April the 30th. And I've noticed in the Walgreens ad, I've counted, besides the in-store coupon limits. Now, in-store coupons are these. And of course, they're going to say a limit on them. So I'm not talking about the in-store coupons. I'm talking about just regular things that's on sale. I've counted 13 limits. I'm sorry, 15 limits throughout the whole paper. Okay, and this is from last week. 15 limits. And the limits were saying like you can only do one per transaction or one per visit or whatever. Okay. This week's ad. And this week's ad is for Walgreens again. And the date is May the 1st to May the 7th. And I've counted 33. Yes, you guys, I've counted 33 limits in this one ad besides the in-store coupon limits. So that's a huge jump. Okay, that's double and then some. That's like about 65% jump in limits, literally over 1 week. Okay, now this is just my theory that it is going to be some changes, and maybe next week it may only be 10 limits. But the point is that I think there are going to be some changes. I think it has to be some changes as far as if you're looking at it from a business angle of businesses losing money. And like I said before, none of us work in corporate. So therefore, we don't know the ratio of how much they're making and how much they're losing as far as fraud, as far as people doing extreme couponing to the point where they're buying, you know, maybe 100 Gatorades and paying nothing. And this is times how many people do this. Now, many of my fellow couponers have said, you know, that how many people do you know that, you know, extreme coupon? And it's so hard to do. The fact is that because of so many blogs out there, because of so many matchups, so many, you know, so many websites, so many YouTube pages, so many people that will actually sit down and do it for you, and you just simply have to go to the store. Because of all this, I say to that, it's so much easier to coupon than before. So therefore, it's going to be a little bit more than the average, you know, back in maybe a couple of years ago, because there's so many people now directing you. When you have these blogs and when you have these matchups, such as the ones I do every week, a person literally just have to tune in, click a computer, go to your page, have an ink pen and a pad, and write down everything you're saying. Everything that you're saying, write it down and get the quantities that you want. How hard is that? So therefore, you can't say that not that many people are doing it, because now it's so much easier, because we've made it easy by doing these matchups, by doing these blogs, by doing these websites. It's so much easier. In fact, I know websites that will actually send you a text message to your phone automatically of what's going to be on sale and what you should get and how much you should not have to spend. How hard is that? So when people say that not many people are couponing or not that many people are extreme couponing, to that I say that can't be true, because these websites wouldn't be available or wouldn't be up. These blogs wouldn't be up and available. These matchup shows wouldn't be available. It just wouldn't happen. So obviously it's a lot more people couponing than maybe a few years ago. Now, if it was a case where people had to do their matchups by themselves at all times, yes, it would be a decrease. Not because people don't understand or can't do it, but everybody starts from the beginning of not knowing. And in order to get to the point where you could do your own matchups, you use these things as a somewhat as a bridge to from not knowing to knowing. Okay? So, if you didn't have this bridge, then more than likely you would either A, learn it on your own, which is very hard to do without any coaching whatsoever, or B, you would just not coupon. So, like I said, by you having this bridge in place now versus a couple of years ago when they didn't have many bridges in place to teach you or to direct you, then you're going to have a situation where it's going to be a huge increase of couponers. And with anything that is a huge increase, it seems as though to the consumer that once it's a huge increase of something as far as the consumer getting more or the consumer getting over in a sense, then of course naturally we as consumers we view it as it's going to stop or it's going to decrease. And with the fact that a lot of stores are not doubling anymore as far as their coupons, and they're adding a whole bunch more restrictions. And when I said a few weeks back that change was coming, it looks like change is here. Not coming, but here. And is it going to change even more? Yes, it probably will. Do we know what direction it's going to change in? No, we do not. I said this a couple of weeks back. But I still stand when I say that change is coming and in fact is here. At what degree, we don't know. But the point is that it is here. It has arrived. And any PR reps, um, any, you know, answers on a website, any explanations on a blog, all these things really don't matter because the PRs that are saying, oh no, we're not doubling because of, you know, whatever reasons, we're not doubling any longer because, not because of TLC, Extreme Couponing Show, or because people are getting too many deals. They can say whatever they want. Why? Because they're hired to always defend the client that they are defending. Duh, that's what they do. So to believe a PR rep because they said that that's not the reason they're not doubling anymore, it's kind of silly. It actually is kind of it's almost an oxymoron in a sense because that's their job. Their job is to clean up. Their job is to not uncover. Their job is to cover up whatever it is. So I just wanted to show you an example. Like I said, last week's ad, 15 limits. This week's ad, 33 limits. Now, of course, we all know that it's ways to get around those limits. We can stand in line for, an hour and do several transactions, let a few people go, do another several transactions, let a few people go. Of course, we know that because we've been doing that forever, you know. However, they feel that it's less likely that you would do these things because it is time consuming. And the fact is, because they are putting such a huge amount, as I just told you, of limitations on how many you can get, unless you are to do several transactions, the likelihood of people doing it has decreased. Mission accomplished. So, I just wanted to point that out to you guys. If your stores are not going to double any longer, like I know it's an Albertson that's not going to be doubling after the 11th of May, that's yet another store. Again, if you know any other stores that's not doubling, let's just see if this theory is correct. And make sure you put it in your comment box if your stores are not doubling anymore. And make sure you read these comments, you guys, because it just shows you that even if it doesn't affect you directly, because all my stores are doubling, but it is a lot of my viewers that it is affecting. A lot of people in Texas have a lot of stores that's not doubling any longer. A lot of members in North Carolina or South Carolina, they're not doubling anymore. So, it's affecting people all the way around. All I know is that when they stop not doubling in my state, which is Maryland, before they stop, mama going to stock up like ridiculously. That shed that's outside, oh, yes, I'm going to put every bit of $1,000, $2,000 worth of pantry items up in it. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. From top to bottom. Okay? So, yeah. This is just something for y'all to sip on while you're drinking your bottled water, I guess. So, something to make you go, hmm. So, on that note, I'll be doing a video about Bin Laden. He was killed on my birthday, and so that's something I'm always going to remember. And a few other things I wanted to discuss, but had to get the couponing out the way first. So, I thank you all so much for viewing. And this flower, actually, Pootie gave me flowers for my birthday last night, and this is a real flower. He picked them. So, hope you like. Be blessed, you guys.